Summer is here, and with that comes my favorite hobby, Masochism Simulator. Ow! I am outside Wasaga Adventure Park, located in Wasaga Beach, Ontario. They have plenty of things here, but I'm here to talk about paintball. Now, quick side note, because I am technically associated with this place, I do have to keep my dialogue here mostly PG, which also means no sergeant sex.
You see, it's funny because I'm actually the one that introduced him to this place.
Paintball is an extreme sport that you may have seen incorrectly portrayed in various pulp culture, or have seen media of professional paintball. In the latter case, you probably thought it was boring as hell. And as somebody that plays the damn sport, don't worry, so do I, but more on that later. Whenever I talk to somebody about paintball, they usually express fear to some extent, whether it's the pain or the cost that comes along with it. The cost? Okay, yeah, that's fair. The pain, on the other hand, is not as scary as people make it out to be. Now, I have been playing this sport for almost a decade, but hear me out. Pain is subjective, most of the time. In normal gameplay, paintball has a unique trait called massive adrenaline dump. Essentially meaning there's so much of the stuff coursing through your veins that your body automatically numbs a decent portion of it.
I thought the game was over. Oh, Ed. Oh, I was so confused. Oh, that tastes horrible.
If you want to get into the mighty specifics of it, there's plenty of other factors that go into it.
On top of it all, the first hit of the day is always the worst. Although the pain does go away after 30 seconds, every hit after that is mostly just a nuisance.
Funny enough, this isn't actually the first time I've talked about paintball on my channel. A while back, I made a short basically saying, if you want to get better at the game, be not afraid. And in this short, I shot myself.
Well, I have the absolute #1 solution right here. Ow! Don't do that.
In a nerve ending. I am very smart. For reference, that is probably the absolute worst place you can be shot. Besides anywhere on the face, but luckily you have a mask for that. Oh yeah, I should probably clear the air a bit. I don't actually wear paintball masks contrary to what some believe to hide my identity. I just think they look cool. On the topic of masks,
Always make sure you have these on in the field. Hello, sorry for the interjection, but I also used to work at a paintball field. People will throw out every excuse in a book to take these off. Do not.
I cannot stress this enough. If you get shot in the eye, it can and will cause permanent damage in the form of blindness. So, unless you want to get a skin graft in your eyeball, do not look that up. Heed my advice.
what I would suggest, however, is looking up my channel and subscribing to it. Icky things aside, yeah, the pain is a little bit over-exaggerated in my opinion, but so long as you aren't like me and start shooting yourself in funny bones, you'll be fine. Now, on the media side of things, this is where it gets even more subjective. You ever see professional paintball footage and think, man, this looks fun? No? Yeah, don't worry, neither do most people. I can't really blame them though, because as somebody that plays the format, the media does not do it any justice. The only reason I personally watch it is for media footage and to get better, personally, but I also just never enjoyed watching sports, so that could also just be me. The topic at hand is what is known as Speedball, the tournament version of paintball. And the main differences between that and paintball that's just normal scenario in the woods, are 1. The layouts are always perfectly symmetrical with each other, and 2. The bunkers consist of either inflatable bunkers or drainage pipes that turn it into hyperball. Other constants also include dividing the layout into 3 different sections: snake, middle, and Dorito. And the games themselves also typically revolve around a team elimination format. First team to hit the enemy team's buzzer wins the point. There are other constants as well, but these are much more interchangeable. Like, there's nothing stopping you from using a speedball marker in the woods, and there's nothing stopping you from using a Tipex in speedball. And you can also technically do any size, like there are 1v1 tournaments, there are 3v3s, 10v10s, but the standard in speedball is 5v5. Now, of course, just because you're playing Speedball doesn't mean you're playing it at a professional level. I started playing it last year and I'm only in Division 5, meaning I am very much a rookie at this. That said, I believe that Speedball is tons of fun once you get into it. I usually play what is known as the 1 on both Snake side and Dorito side, and the job of a 1 is to get as far into the enemy backline as possible and either get as many kills as possible, or take as much gunfire as possible without getting hit, of course. I will say though, this is generally much easier on Snake's side due to these bunkers allowing me to crawl much further up. These rules also generally use less paint and are much more dynamic in their gameplay. I actually use too little of it because I have this really bad habit of only shooting when I have a shot.
Like, for reference, I suck at reloading with pods because I almost never freaking use them.
Notice how none of that corresponds with any footage you've probably heard people talk about? Now, the reason there are people dumping paint upon paint into seemingly nothing is this wacky thing called cover fire, reserved for people like me to prevent us from just pushing further into their backline. It just looks meaningless because the only thing you're seeing is the guy just dumping his paint into the void.
You see, cover fire isn't exactly a new concept, but think about these things for longer than 2 seconds, and you'll learn that they actually do have an explanation to them.
Paintball in and of itself has always been a bit of a niche sport and is very slowly growing, and honestly, Speedball is mostly to thank for that. This is because Speedball focuses more on the sportiness aspect of paintball with stuff like pneumatic ramping markers, colorful jerseys, masks, and also bunkers. Usually bunkers that are less sad and depressing looking than this one though. Not only does it give the sport I love another platform and another way to play it, but it also has helped with the legality of the sport as well. Again, plenty more videos on it, but the difference is very evident. Unless you're Japanese, those guys are out of luck. Like, I don't like talking about politics on this channel, or in general for that matter. I actually hate how dividing this stuff is, but at least in a place like Australia, you actually are allowed to play paintball, so long as you're willing to go through the expense and pain in the ass that is not only getting a full-on firearms license, but also importing paintball markers. But in Japan, however, due to their notoriously strict gun laws, you are forced into a velocity cap of 180, which is about half of what is normal everywhere else. But even so, everywhere else, even if you are caught shooting hot, you're just told to turn your marker down and you can't use it. In Japan, that makes you liable for up to 15 years in prison, because that's a felony. In other words, if you want to play paintball, your options are either to play a completely lobotomized version of it, or just don't. So anyway, why did I just randomly go on a tangent about Japan? I don't know. I just got curious about how this sport worked in other countries, so I looked it up. It's not that deep to me. I'm Canadian, I can enjoy my paintball how I like it. And I hope that you can also enjoy paintball too after watching this video. That is about all I have to say about paintball and speedball in a general sense. But given how much I love this sport, and given how much experience I have in this sport, I'm more than happy to make more paintball related content in the future. So long as I don't try to make like 5 projects on it back to back, I should be fine. Still learning the hard way from Hollow Knight on that one, by the way. You cannot stop me from making snide remarks about that. Anyway, special thanks to Wasaga Adventure Park for allowing me to be a part of their Speedball team, as well as Pretty Gang for recording my opens. Also, special thanks to 5-Pack Productions for recording my tournaments, and everyone else that I pulled media from, whether it's videos or photography. You guys are awesome, and I would not be able to make this video without all of that. And if you enjoyed watching, you can support me by giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel.
And now, I think that's enough touching grass for today. I'm honestly starting to think a tick asked me to make this video.